Hi all, welcome to John's Bottle Making. Today we've got the Millennium Falcon for you. There we go. 18 to 20. Brilliant stuff. Here we have the parts. Apparently we've got a jig here, which is a plastic piece, and apparently there's 8 pieces to it. I've got 2 of them here. There's the other one. It is transparent, obviously, so that's why you can't see it very well. We have got another corridor arch in here. So I'll do that again off camera because you've seen that enough times. But we have got some frames to pop into place. We've also got some painting to do as well. In the instructions it tells me to paint a particular part. I think there's a lot of add-on detail with this particular piece of panel. And it's quite recessed. In the instructions it says to paint it black and then to paint it grey over the top, just so as you get some shadow at the back for the parts. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we'll find out, won't we? Anyway, without further ado, let's have a look at stage 18. Okay, doke, stage 18. We'll have a quick look at the magazine. The Falcon's upgrades, another brilliant read, of course. There we are, there's a cracking internal configuration of the Millennium Falcon. That looks brilliant. Tantive 4's interior layout. There's layer. Yeah, nice. And your next parts. So we have corridor arches times 2, cushion pads times 2, 18 on the sprue, non-slip pads, assembly jig 1 section, 2 hole connector, fixing screws and a whole frame BF21. There we go. So we got some more. Oh, is it just the one? I think it's just the one. Yeah, it's just the one. I thought there might have been more, to be honest. But there we go. You've seen all that before. And we got the corridor arches, but again I'll just do that off camera. It's pointless to keep showing you the same stuff. And there is the assembly jig. So there are the parts. Let's get on with the build. So here we have the parts. We do need BF20 as well. Thought we'd end up putting more than one frame on. We'll get the parts out. So there we go. Oops, and there's the first section of the jig. Put that to one side. And here we have the 2 frames. Here we have the arches. Again, like I said, I'll pop these on. That one's dirtier than that one. That one don't look as though it's got any wash on it, really. Not much anyway compared to that one. But I'll do them off camera anyway. We've got the screws, and we have a tool connector, and we've got some pads. I think the pads for the jig. Okay, let's get these out, and we'll get these on to the frame. Okay, so we have BF20, BF21, we need BF20 first, and that must go there like so. Yeah, well, I think we need a connector for there as well, but we need a couple of these black screws. Again, just pop a little bit of oil on, as always. Get this into place. BF20 looking excellent. Now we do need the 2 hole connector just there like so, and a couple more of these black screws. Oh, that's fine. That looks cool. Right, now we need this piece which will go here. Oh, we need another black screw there. There is another 2 hole connector there as well as. Yes, I need to find that. Okay, we've got the 2 hole connector. We need to pop BF21 just there. We'll get the 1 screw in, then we'll put the 2 hole connector on. There we go, that's the 1 screw. And that will go just there like so. There we go. That is looking super cool. See why we need that jig now, because all this will rest on it, I would have thought. Well, that looks perfect. So now all we've got is the arches. So here we have the arches. I'll get these pads in place. Well, there we go. Those are the 2 arches. This one has a missing pad, unfortunately. Yeah, plenty of wash on it. Well, that one was missing. Yeah, there's just one little gap here on this sprue, so I don't know where that is. I'll have to check back on the video to see if it was there when I first opened it up, but I don't think it was. But anyway, there we go. That is stage 18 complete. Okay, stage 19. Oh, look at this one. A BY Wing Fighter Bomber. Looking cool. There we go. Roma 6 breathe mask. Yep. There's Chewie showing it off. There we go. Real life emergency equipment. There's Han. There's, I think that's Leia. Yeah. Oh, Leia tends an injured Luke. Of course, yeah. And here we have your next parts. So we have a porthole recess, reinforcing beam 2 and 3, plant on details 8 on sprue, fixing screws times 6, corridor arch, cushion pad set of 18 on sprue, passage tube floor and passage tube base. Excellent. Where are the parts gone? There we go. Those are the parts. I don't think they put any spares, do they, on them cushion pads? But anyway, never mind. Let's have a see. Detail in the recess. This is the one. So we pop all the detail onto that recess. And here, there we go. Do not apply the paint too thickly. Start with matte black paint. Shake the can well, yeah. If you've got a can. I've got an airbrush. Leave to dry 15 to 30 minutes. And then switch to mid-grey paint and spray a thin coat lightly across the outer surfaces at an angle, so the paint only reaches the high spots, leaving the depth black. There's not much difference between the two, to be honest, but I can see what they're trying to do. There we go, assembling the passage, and then we can put those. Oh, there we are. Yeah, we just not got the top of the passage, have we? Just the floor. Excellent. Anyway, those are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, get the parts out. Okay, those are all the parts. So we'll do. There is only 18 of those pads. We'll do that arch off camera again. We need these parts. These are plantons, or added detail for this panel, which go into here. There's the floor. We need the screws for that. So pop that to one side. First of all, we need this one. This is part 3, right? And that must go into there, like so. Yeah, there's 3 tabs on it. It's quite a nice tight fit, that as well. That looks cool. So we'll glue that, and then we'll pop all these on. 1, 2, 3. Where was 4? That's 4, 5, 6, 7. This circle part is not used in assembly. It is a plant-on detail for the whole plating, so keep it safe. That one. Right, we'll get these off and we'll get these into place. Now I have been using some liquid super glue, which I'm finding much better than the gel at the moment. I don't know whether it's the temperature or what, but put some on there and there. You won't need a great lot for this because it's a nice tight fit anyway. Well, there we go, that's part 3 in place. That one will fit afterwards. So next we need number 1. Again, this will need a little bit of a rub down as well. Take any excess off. As you can see there, we can all, well, we're painting it anyway, aren't we? So just to smooth it out. It's because of the wash that they put on it. But anyway, that will go. There's a big peg and a little peg, and it will go into that position, just there, like so. Right, excellent. Get that glued. Next one I need is number 2, which is that pipe or detail, whichever you want to call it. Pop a bit of super glue on both ends and pop that into place just there. Excellent. Next we have number 3, which is like that. We can pop a little bit of glue onto here and pop some on the end, because that goes into there. It goes, there we go, just like that. Next we need number 4, which will go in here, this position. This will go on an angle actually. It will fit just there like that. Looking cool. Excellent. Right, we need number 5. Here we have number 5, and pop a little bit of glue on there, there, and that will fit just there, like that. Excellent. Cool. Next we need part 2, which is that one, and that fits just there, like so. Get some glue on these tabs. There we go, we don't need a fantastic lot. Put that into place. Brilliant. Right, we need number 6 off the sprue. Here we have number 6. That looks just like that. Pop that in the glue and just slot it home just there. Last but not least, we have number 7, which will go into that hole there and slots into number 6, just like that. There we go. Only put glue on that end. You don't need to put it on there. There we go. Brilliant stuff. There we go. Now that is all glued together. Yeah, looking absolutely superb. We'll let this set and then we need to paint it. I'll just pop that to one side while it's setting, and I'll take all these off the sprue and we'll pop all these pads on to this arch. And there we go, there's another arch completed. I just need to sand down the rough edges, the rough bits on that, pop some more wash on it, and it's hunky-dory. No spare bits for that arch, so the previous arch is here. That one still has a pad missing, unfortunately. Don't forget, we need to keep that detail safe somewhere. Now pop that to one side. We can pop the floor into place. 6 screws, 6. I think it's 6 screws. Yeah, it's just 6 screws. So we get the screws out and get this in place. So we can get this lined up. Get the floor. That's a bit slidey. They don't actually. There we go. You've got to line it up, and they don't actually sit in place. And screw points. But we've got 6 brass screws. There we go, that's the last one. Now these 3 arches, you can see the dovetail joints there, just like previous passageway will fit just there. I think that location point needs to be more to this side. This is in the middle, can't really tell. But anyway, just so long as they line up with each other. Yeah. There we go. That's where they will go. I'm not going to glue them, just going to leave it like that. Now you can see why. I'll put that one there because that's the missing one. I'm hoping. I don't really want to get in contact with Fanhome about one little missing pad because they'll send me the whole stage and I don't need it really. So if anybody out there has got a spare pad, I'd be grateful if you could get in contact with me and let me know. But for now, that is that. Now, I do need to paint this. Now, I am using a matte black paint. I've got Revell number 8. It is more or less about getting the internal sections, the deep sections of this panel black. But you end up spraying it all black, obviously. Okay, so that is Revel 08, that's matte black. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool now. It should have dried off by now. Now the other two that I have got, Gunship Grey matte and Light Grey matte. That's 74, that's 76. I think that is it for stage 19. So for now I'll pop this to one side and we'll get on with stage 20. Okie doke, stage 20. An Imperial class Star Destroyer. And there we go. There's one of the officers. Remember him from the films. Cargo handling, there's Chewie. Yeah, quite a lot in the magazine for this one. And your next set of parts. So we have hull frame BF22 and 23, non-slip pads, assembly jig 1 section, fixing screws, 2 hole connector, 4 hole connector, corridor liner large, corridor liner small, and cushion pad set of 16 on a sprue. Assembling the corridor lines. There we go, and that is it. That is completed work. Yeah, so we don't actually use the other parts, so we don't put them frames on. There's the jig, we just put them corridor liners on in this issue. And there we go. Right, I'll have to muck them up. Excellent. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, we'll get the parts out. Okay, these parts we don't need, so we can pop them to one side with the other piece of the jig. And we need to do these corridor lines. Okay, so I have to take all these pieces off individually. This is number 1, that is number 5, 7, 8, 4, 3, 9, 2, and 6. And all these are on as well. 16, 15, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we start with this one and we'll pop this into place, and then I'll get all the others on. Okay, this is like I said, number 1. Too small this for my fingers. There we are, there's number 1. Right, I'm going to have to trim some of these as well. But that is number 1, and I'll get the rest in place. This is number 2. Goes just there like so. Excellent. Next we need number 3. Then we have number 3. You can see the shape of it on this end. Yeah, flip that over and that will go just like that, so that it matches the shape of this piece, the liner. There's number 4. Number 4 has a slight curve on this end, on the right side. There we go, that's number 5. There we go, there's number 6. Excellent. And here we have the other one, there's 7 and 8. Number 9 will go there. Again, it is shaped at this end, so don't get that the wrong way around, whatever you do. And as always, just put up a little bit of glue on here. You can either put it on the cushion, or in this case, there we go, that side of the wall. There we go. That's number 9. So there we go, 11, 12, 13, 14. Look how they're curved here. So make sure you get them the right way around as well. There we go, the last 2, 15 and 16. Looking cool. Okay, now bring the corridor over, and basically that will go into there. Fit them tabs in there like so. And this one will go here. Just like that. Looking pretty cool, is it not? Excellent. I suppose I could glue them really now. Now they actually do fit in place. Perfect. I just have a missing pad, as you know. Oh dear. Anyway, there we go. That is it. That is the 2 liners in place, the 3 arches, and that is stage 20 completed. Okay, there we go. That is the medium grey. As you can see, it's still black in the background. Now, I just need a light grey over the top. And there we go, folks. That is the light grey in place. Brushed, it's just the same as the other 2 colours. Come on, focus. There we go, that's better. Yeah, you can actually see it now. There we go, there's the black but you won't see that anyway. Yep, so black, medium grey and a light grey. I think that looks pretty cool myself. Excellent. Tell me what you think. I use these three colours. There we go, the black, the gunship grey, which is 74, and light grey, 76. Sorry, there's 76. Seconds with that, because it is so light, you know, basically. Yeah, you don't want to put too much of it on. But I think it looks pretty cool, that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, there we go. So that is 18 to 20 complete. Okie doke. There we go. There's that panel. Yeah. You can see it's black in the background as well. The three different colours, black, medium grey and light grey. I think it looks pretty cool. That looks quite effective. Excellent stuff. And there is the corridor with the missing pad. Ooh, the two liners are in place. That's looking brilliant. Don't forget, you need to keep that piece, that detail there for later. And there is the added piece onto the frame. Excellent. We got the two sections of the jig, as well as, don't forget to keep those little sticky pads in place, in a safe place, that is. We have got two more panels to fit as well sometime later on. Now the next 6 issues are being prepped, so I should get them within a couple of weeks, to be honest. But I've got the 66 Batmobile, that is on the way. I'm hoping the Titanic is on the way, because I've been given a Royal Mail notification today, and I should get the Ford Falcon soon as well. And then next week I should get the Lancaster Bomber, the next 4 for that. Excellent. So there we go. So if you did like that, give us a nice big thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and hopefully I'll see you next time. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.